Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude, aka Steve, and welcome to the Milwaukee Sawsbucks UBL press conference 2, where all you guys on YouTube have a chance to ask me questions, and then I have a chance to answer those questions. If you want to be a part of the rest of what I do, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I tweet often. Most of my tweets are pretty funny. Every now and then, there's not a funny one, but I would say like 85% of my tweets are stupid jokes. Even things that are about my real life, I kind of do as jokes. So you can go ahead and, it's not a Twitter advertising video. If you want to become a patron, you can do that. I send out cards with stupid things written on them to patrons. You know, and that's pretty much it. I got a merchandise shop, another YouTube channel, all stuff in the description. But let's just get right to the press conference. So like I said, I did a press conference 1, where people on Twitter got a chance to ask me questions. And then from that video, I asked you guys on YouTube to ask me questions. And now I'm going to be doing those questions. So let's get right to them. Question number 1 from the Bry Warrior. What? Wow, I got the first word of the question wrong. That's not a good one. Who are you looking to keep on your roster for next season that might not surprise us, i.e. not a Blacephalon? The answer to that is very obvious, Hitmonlee. I picked up Hitmonlee throughout the midway through the season, and he blew by every expectation that I had. He was hard hitting. I was trying to think of something that rhymed with hitting real quick off the top, but he hit really hard. His ability made him super fast, and I built teams around him a few times during the year. So I definitely think Hitmonlee's come. I'd love to have Hitmonlee back. He just did so much. He can really destroy teams. He can just massacre teams if you don't check him. Mostly due to the unburdened ability. You can even run Reckless, but why? Right? Why would I give up the chance to run Power or Bounce and then just be able to outspeed a whole team? Why would I do that? I ran Power or Bounce twice. 2 times. End of the year Power or Bounce. So I was a fan of that. I enjoy that. So definitely Hitmonlee. But I mean, I guess it's not really a surprise. If you watch my games, you know like how in love with Hitmonlee I was. But from an outside perspective, you don't really think of a Pokemon of like that kind of a low tier to be a must-have. But Hitmonlee, man, let's keep kicking. Let's just kick our way to the title next time. Let's try that. Question number 2 from Suit Dumpling. Will the Sawsbucks be making the GBA above average again? Maybe. I don't know. Me and the GBA have an interesting history. For those unaware, I made it. I consider myself the creator of League format. It may have been around before I thought I invented it, but for all intents and purposes, I consider myself the creator of League format. I did the GBA, and then since then, leagues have just been a very popular thing. So I take credit for that, mostly because I needed to hold on to something, right? I gotta hold on to this feeling that I have given value to the community that I've taken part in for so long. But I left after, I don't know, season 6, season 7. I forget what season I was in. But I left, and my eyeball itches. And I'm going to get through that. My eyeball's done itching. So I left, and then I kind of stopped everything to do with it. For a while, everything on the GBA channel, since I had made it, like all of the analyst videos, was going to my PayPal, and then we would split up the money. But then it got changed to somebody's, and then the email got changed. That's not me saying out of bitterness, by the way. That's fine. The people doing the work deserve the money for it. That's perfectly fine. I mean, there's still a part of me that's like, hey man, I kind of invented all this, so I should probably get a little bit of it. But that's just a selfish part of me talking. I know that's not a realistic, especially since I left it. I think if I was still, there, I could probably make a case for it, but I'm not trying to be selfish about it. The bigger part of me understands people doing the actual work at this point should still get the money and the credit for it. But I kind of hold back. I'm in the back there, kind of maneuvering the strings with no puppet, if you know what I mean. So, but I talked with Lars recently, and he's pretty much like, do you ever want to come back to the spot for it? And I was like, we'll see what Gen 8 holds, because I'm glad there's no capture card now, because the fact that I didn't have a capture card really affected me. So, I mean, it's possible. It's nice to know that I can come back at any time. I think I can deal with what it comes with it, I believe, because there's so many better battlers than me everywhere in the world. I just gotta find my lane, Just gotta really show. Short answer, probably. Long answer, probably. Question 3 from Lagadeer. Actually, he writes, he's probably my favorite commenter. He always writes these long and very interesting comments, and I don't know why people apologize for writing long comments. I enjoy reading them more than short comments, as it means people are really engaged in what I'm doing, so I love that. So Lagadeer, for what it's worth, you're probably my favorite commenter, simply because like I know that you really enjoy what I do, and that that is reflected by the comments that you make. So that brings me a lot of joy that I am really resonating with somebody. I'm not saying everyone else not resonating with. That's not what I'm trying to say. I hate that I have to like say that and defend myself against criticism that doesn't exist. But you know what I mean. I think he really enjoys my videos, and then he shows that by his his lengthy comments, and I read them all, and I love them, and they're great. But Lagadeer, do you have a front office? If not, do you plan on getting one? I do have a front office. And that front office, it's not like every other front office how I imagine it to be. I imagine most other front offices, they list off their teams and their opponents' teams. We do that. And they see what can beat what. But that's kind of where we stop. What I do is I go through the team and I go, all right, I want to try to beat them with this. How can we do that? And that's kind of what my front office is. So I'm like, all right, I want to try to beat them with Victory Bell. How do we do that? I want to try to beat them with Defiant Adrenaline Orb Tornadoes. How do we do that? I want to try to beat Hitman Lead. How do we do that? And that's kind of what we do. We kind of try to we don't really go for as optimal a team as possible. We try to go for as optimally awesome team as possible. But I mean, if you're interested in joining for next year, if you want to message me on Twitter or something like that, I can DM you the link, and then we can we can definitely make that happen, because I definitely think you'd be interested in being a part of that, seeing as you're interested in this whole channel. So why would you not be interested in being a part of that? So we can definitely talk about that. Actually, no, let me talk about that. If you want to be a part of it, just DM me on Twitter, or any other way you can direct message me without me putting the link in public, and then we can, we can add you to that front office. I think you'd be a great addition to that. Question 4 from Robert White. I've been seeing people like MV joining Let's Go League. Is that something you'd be interested in? If so, if you got the first pick, who are you taking? Well, I am in a Let's Go League. It is called the WBE. It's with A-Drive. And I'm going to open this by saying I don't know the Let's Go meta. I also have no desire to learn the Let's Go meta. I don't want to learn a meta where there's no items or abilities. And there's a limited move pool. I don't want to learn that because I don't want to confuse myself for Gen 8. So I am in a Let's Go League, but I'm using I'm putting that whole thing in quotes, like I'm in a Let's Go League. Yeah, I think everybody in the league is pretty much on board with the same philosophy. Like, we're drafting in Let's Go, we're gonna battle in Let's Go, but then actually winning in Let's Go, that's kind of like third most important thing. So I already have some members of my team, but I told myself that if I don't get Scyther, I'm gonna kill myself. So assume I got Scyther. I'm going to sneeze, and I'm not going to edit this out. I'm going to talk to the answer until then when I'm done sneezing, I'm going to go on to the next question. Alright, I guess next question. This question's from Matt Lupino. When will Battler X break out of the Shadow Realm and join forces with you for your next league? And when and what will next league be? I kind of answered the back half of that. I'm in the WBE this coming season. I definitely think Battler X is going to come back. The problem is, that's not really a problem. I put up a green screen in my basement, and I got to clear around it. So when I did the Battler X me videos, we're breaking the fourth wall here. When I split them, I had to try to make sure the lighting on both was the same, and it rarely was, because it was natural light in an open space, and there were shadows created by the cameras and me. So you could kind of tell the difference. If I get in front of a green screen, I think I can do it even more, I guess I can do it flawlessly, I think. So once I get that figured out, Battler X will come back, because I really did enjoy writing and making the videos where Battler X and I are both in the same room at the same time, because they're hard. Especially because you have to do them in one shot. I mean, I guess you don't have to do them in one shot, but it makes a lot of more editing sense to do it in one shot, or else I'd have to like sit there, and then when I go to cut, I have to like not even move my body, so you can't see the jarring motions of the cuts. So in order to have like a conversation that is fluid, I have to be talking to myself with nobody else there, with intervals that I know how long they are. So it's tough. But I would love to bring them back. They were a lot of fun. Every now and then I go back to that video I made in my now wife's, her basement couch with Battle Rex and I, where we had that like minute-and-a-half conversation. I thought it was really well done. I thought I did it in like 2 takes. So I thought I was really happy with it. I guess 3 total takes. I think the first one was 1 take, and then the response was, I think, 2 takes. So I was pretty happy with that. And I think the result was kind of solid too. We're like masking and stuff. Not masking, but you know, masking. But sure, so short answer, I don't know about the next league I'm in, but he definitely will be coming back at some point shortly in the scheme of my life. So definitely be back somewhere. But let's get to the final question. The last question is by Moose Plays. Which of your Pokemon was the MVP of this season for you? The MVP of this season. I want to again say Hitmonlee. Really brought a lot of life onto the team. Really added a dimension that I needed. And it came from a place that a lot of people didn't really expect, I guess. Maybe they expected it, but I really think Hitmonlee just added a ton of value to the team that otherwise wasn't there. Because when you're going through a team, I'm sure it's easy to look at, you know, things like Blacephalon and Mega Manectric and, you know, as heavy offensive threats, and then you go to like Weevil as heavy, but then you get Hitmonlee kind of gets lost in the shuffle. But Hitmonlee definitely provided the most amount of offensive pressure that I think I've had on a team in a while. Maybe I paired it well with other mons. It's possible that that was part of the reason, but he just ran. I think he died twice all year. He just fucking demolished teams. And he can do that, and there's almost nothing you can do to stop him. Because once the item is gone on it, he's got Unburden, he's got 120 base attack. That's really good. That's really strong. He's got high jumping, which is a high base power moves. He's a fighting type, which means there's a thing, you know, there's not a lot that can resist that he can't, you know, hit you with like a rock slide or something like that. So he is good. He's really good. And I think that showed in the numbers. I think that showed in every week when I brought him. He definitely put in a significant amount of value to the team. I think it really added a lot. And I think that's going to be Hitmonlee. So, but I think it's also going to be this press conference video. I thank you all for watching during the course of the UBL. It was a lot of fun. And now we're on to WBE. So next week I might have a draft recap video for the WBE because we're drafting right now, as I mentioned. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited to be a part of like the lowest stakes league possible. So I can really kind of flex my entertainment muscles. And we'll see what I can do with no items and no abilities. So, and a very limited move pool and no hazard removal. It's going to be fun. The word's fun, right? It's going to be something. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more. I post videos every few days. And, yeah, maybe follow me on Twitter if you get a chance. That being said, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And I will see you guys tomorrow, definitely, with Steve on Sunday. That's where me, Steve, makes a podcast on Sunday. Have a good one, guys.